Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Blue Jay Acres. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're just going to jump into it. It is a full day of what we're eating on a tight budget, feeding our family on $500 a month, and how we're making that happen is what we show you every day. So let's just go on and start. We're going to jump into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'll see you at the end. Alright, so tonight this morning we are going to do some oats. I'm keeping it super simple. Everybody's going to just kind of make their own today. So I'm going to make mine and Charles real quick. And I'm just doing them in the microwave. I'm keeping it really fast and simple today. I'm going to do a half a cup of oats. And I'm going to add a half a cup of water and a half a cup of almond milk just to make it creamier. And I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about 2 minutes and then we'll stir it. Okay, so I'm going to add this to this bowl because this is my favorite bowl for microwaving oatmeal. And it ended up having to do 3.5 minutes in the microwave. I usually make this on the stovetop, but today I'm just doing it fast and easy in the microwave to make each one a little bit different. So I saw online where you can make protein oats and you just add some protein powder, and I just had a little bit of this jar of protein powder left. So for Charles, I'm going to add in the protein powder. And that should also sweeten it as well. We have lots of other protein powders. We need to get through the ones that we have open already that just have like one little scoop left before we move on to opening new. I'm going to add a half a banana to the top. And sprinkle it with a few blueberries. And that's going to be it. I'm going to go and give this one to Charles, and I'm going to make me one like it too. Actually, no, he'll like it thick. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So I'm running that up to Charles, and we're keeping breakfast that simple. I'm going to make another bowl for me, just like that, and then the girls will have some other ones, but I'm going to use the chocolate protein powder because I just have 1 scoop of that left as well. So just trying to empty out the pantry some. All right, he's gonna taste it.
Smells good.
What do you think? Never made it that way before.
It's really good. I'm gonna try one with the blueberry in it though.
You think it's really good? Guess what the secret ingredient is?
Don't want to know.
Protein powder. They're protein oats. I saw it on Pinterest.
Yeah. Let's make it again.
Yeah.
And it's thick. I like mine.
Yeah, I know you do. I almost add more milk and then I thought, nah.
Very good.
You like it thick. Good. Alright, so we are down in the basement for lunch, and I'm still trying to use up what we have. That has not changed. So I thought I'd grab some of these ramen packets. It is very cold. We only have a few of these left anyway. And I thought I would make those today for lunch with some peanut butter crackers. So I'm going to grab our last 2 boxes of crackers. And I'll take those up with me too. Okay, so to go in this, and as you guys see, I got these out for dinner tonight, so I'm just letting them defrost. And we're going to make some buns for these here in just a few minutes because I need to get those started. So Luke's therapy ended up getting canceled today. His therapist is sick, so I have a little bit more time at home than I was going to originally. So that's a nice little break. Hopefully she feels better soon. But I thought I've got some cauliflower defrosting, and I thought we'd just add some celery and a little bit of cabbage. Just bump up the veggies a little bit in this soup. This cabbage is looking very sad. I did get, if you guys watch the haul, a replacement cabbage, but I want to use this one first. The chickens don't care if it's sad looking or not. They always love it no matter what. So let me cut this part off because that didn't look too good. If I cut cabbage up small and put it in soup, Charles and Ronnie don't really realize it. Kate and I love it. They do not. So over here, I'm going to start off with my olive oil. Let that get hot. Okay, so now I'm going to add, I added some of the cauliflower to that as well. The cabbage, the celery, the cauliflower. And I'm just going to stir that up and saute that before I add the other stuff. I also had some leftover chicken, so I'm going to pull some of this off the bone and add this to the ramen as well. And I know you could just cut it and make it pretty, but I'm not. I also like to doctor it up with a little bit of poultry seasoning and a little bit of turmeric, just because it's so good for you. I like to add that to my coffee a lot of times in the morning, and definitely if I'm making like a soup, like a chicken especially, or something that is okay to look yellow. That's always a good time to add it in if we have it. I'm going to start adding in some water. And I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. Now I would add some carrots to this as well, but I only have a few carrots left, and Theo is really wanting that to go with his hummus, so I'm not going to take the carrots. We'll just get more next time we go to the store. Make sure we get some carrots. Alright, I'm just going to let this come to a boil and cook those vegetables just a tiny bit longer. Alright, this is almost to a boil. If I was making this just for myself, I would add some crushed red peppers in here too, but I'll just sprinkle that on mine at the end because that's so good as well. And I'm going to open this and I'm going to add the packets that come with it. Just for the broth. Okay, and now this is boiling. What I like to do is I like to break the blocks of ramen noodles so they're not such huge noodles. I just think it's easier to eat that way. Okay, so this is mine, and I always eat it. This is how I grew up eating it, with the Ritz crackers with a little bit of peanut butter on it. Something about that with chicken noodle soup. It is my favorite. Then I also have this red pepper, crushed red pepper, and I'm gonna just sprinkle some of that on mine as well. because I also like mine pretty spicy. Now, Charles will not, and in fact, we're gonna see if we can get him to eat it. We'll see. I don't know if he will or not. He's not a soup eater, so he might just eat. I left a couple chicken legs in case he doesn't want to eat it, but he likes his with just crackers. And he likes a lot of crackers with soup, because that's just how he is. So, I'll see if I can get him down to do a taste test. He came down and said, what do I have to taste test? Ramen?
I didn't say it like that.
Then he started scoping it out to see what could possibly be snuck in the ramen.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Hey, look. All you know is, at the end of the day, these videos are designed for people that have picky eaters, unlike me. I'm not.
So he's gonna eat his soup with a fork because he doesn't like soup.
Whoa.
But I give you lots of crackers.
It'll fall out of the spoon. It's long noodles. It's like spaghetti.
But I broke them.
I don't know that I've had ramen since I was like in college.
I know, we usually eat it when you're not here. And that was like, what, 50 years ago? Well, yeah, that was second bite, so what's the verdict?
It's good.
It'll do. I didn't put crushed red peppers in yours.
Smile. No, it's good.
Alright.
Honestly, a little bit of pepper wouldn't have been bad. Crushed red pepper, probably not for me.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't put it in yours.
A little bit of pepper for flavor.
You would have been dying if you ate mine. You'd been like, ah, I get bit.
If it makes my forehead sweat, it's not for me.
I love it. All right, I'll let you go eat. Okay, so now it is 3:30. I need to start this rolls for dinner. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of warm water. Now, if you want to cut the cost, you could just, I'm sorry, I'm doing warm milk. If you want to cut the cost, you could just do water, or you could do half a cup of warm water, half a cup of warm milk, cut the cost like that, or however you want to play around with it. But milk does make it softer. Now I'm just going to add some sugar. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast. I basically am making a lot like my basic bread, except I'm doing milk instead of water, just water. But you could do it with just water. And I'm going to leave it a little stickier than I would the actual bread itself as well. So let's just let this sit now for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's nice and foamy. Okay, so next I'm going to add, I'm just going to play with it. I'm going to add some baking powder. Going to add some oil. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Alright, I'm also going to add a little bit of molasses. That's what they use in the brown bread recipes, and I just thought I'd try it and see how it works. I'm going to just stir this up for a minute. I'm also going to add 1 egg. Not necessary, I just have it to add. Then I'm going to start adding some flour. You're going to want to add 4 to 5 cups of flour. And then I'm going to let that mix, and I'm just going to let that knead for probably about 10 minutes. Alright, so that's been going for a while, so I am going to just take this off and let it sit until it doubles in size. So that'll take about an hour to an hour and a half. It just depends. It's really cold here. It's like 20 degrees with the actual temperature, but with the wind chill, it's like way colder. So we'll see how fast it rises. I think I'm actually gonna put it in my oven and cover it to rise. That way, the oven isn't turned on at all, but that's just gonna keep any breezes from keeping it cold. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. So again, I'm not turning this on at all. I'm just gonna lower the shelf down. And then I'm just gonna cover this and put it in and just let it sit in there for an hour, and I'll check it. It's 3:55, so I'll check it again at 4:55. Okay, it is 5:15 and this looks good. So I'm gonna punch it all down. And I'm gonna divide this into two. I'm gonna make one into buns and one into a loaf of just bread, because we need some bread as well. So, just gonna take some bread, smooth the dough, and just kind of roll it. And let it form a loaf. And I'm gonna let this double in size. I'm gonna put this back into the oven to just double in size. Spray it down, and I'm gonna make my loaf or my buns into this. So I'm just gonna kind of squeeze off a piece. And I'm just kind of trying to make it into a bun. Like a long and these are gonna double in size. Okay, I'm gonna cover these and put them back in the oven until they double, so we'll check them again about 6 o'clock. Okay, so the bread is ready. It is 5:52, and they rose. They're just gonna be skinny little buns, but that's all good. Okay, so I just have 1 egg that I'm gonna mix. This is not mandatory. You could do a milk wash. You could add a little melted butter. It's whatever you want. This just helps it really brown on top and gives it like a little bit of a, almost a crispier kind of edge to it. So I'm just gonna put these like this. And then I'm gonna do our loaf of bread as well. And then, because I'm making buns, I'm gonna go on and sprinkle on some sesame seeds, since they're sesame seed buns. And I'm gonna put these both in the oven to bake. Baking, I'm gonna add in these brats, and I'm gonna just go on and put them in the oven as well. Try and get them all in here. I think that'll be fine. Alright, I'm gonna put these in to bake at the same time as the bread's cooking. All right, so here is the bread and the buns, but we are still waiting on the brats. To go with the brats tonight, all we're doing is some cucumbers. This cucumber needed to be used. This salsa expires in 2 days, so I just got out some tortilla chips and some salsa because we need to eat that up. And that's it. That's what we're gonna have with it. All right, so I just wanted to show you these buns because they are so soft and just gonna be so perfect. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So as you can see, it nestles in there just fine. So Charles will come do a taste test for you in just a second. All right, taste tester. So the buns, I think, feel texture-wise just like if they were store-bought.
Very soft.
Yeah, they're very soft. I know it's still hot.
Mmm.
Good?
I have to say, you brought your A game.
Aww. Such a funny man. Alright everybody, that's going to wrap it up tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you decide to stick around, hit that subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow.